Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. So, I was searching around the precious metals realm today, just looking at different articles, price forecasts, right? Even controversial topics, is gold better than silver, vice versa. And I do this because I like getting different perspectives, different opinions, especially since so many different things, so many different factors influence gold and silver's price, right? What I believe is the primary driver to silver's price could be completely different than someone else's, and we could have a good argument about it. And I like that. I like how diverse, how many things, especially silver, is kind of intertwined in, right? That also gives it a lot of fuel to the fire to rise in price. So I found this article. It's from streetwisereports.com. Link is in the description. He's talking about his opinion on why the price of silver will continue to rise. So this guy's name is Peter Croft, outlines the reasons he believes the price of silver will continue to rise. So they say patience is a virtue. Well, if anyone is virtuous these days, it has to be the silver bulls. And that's definitely true, right? We see things that most people don't see, and we are patient. We don't care about all the fear, uncertainty, doubt, all of the rumors, the lies. We know silver's true value. We aren't losing faith in it while most people give up. So they also say good things come to those who wait. I believe those good things will be coming in spades. Silver reached just shy of $50 back in April 2011. A decade later, we're still barely above half of that level, but that's all about to change. So since bottoming in March, gold has rocketed to a new all-time high near $2,070 in early August, up 40%. But silver's trough to peak gains have put gold to shame. The white metals bottomed in March near $12, then soared to $29 peak, also in early August, for a blistering 140% gain in just 4.5 months. So when silver really gets going, it can surprise even the most adherent of silver bulls, and the odds are it's going to go on several more runs like this in the future. So here's what's making the metal tick, and why what lies ahead for silver is going to surprise us all. So this is the meat and potatoes. This is his primary, this is his agenda on what's going to make silver rise. Everyone's is different. Some people think it's going to actually perform worse than gold. I definitely think it's going to perform better. I think things like speculation and controversial topics, economic insecurity from the presidential elections, all going to play huge factors into this. So let's see what his is. So silver's monetary side. So it's widely accepted that silver is both an industrial metal and a monetary metal, right? But best of both worlds. So, but now that precious metal are in a secular bull market, silver's monetary side is likely to have an outsized impact. If we look at how silver compares to gold in the bull runs, it turns out silver has outperformed 5 of the last 6 times. Silver always outperforms gold, right? Silver is more volatile, hits higher highs and lower lows. If gold's going to rise 10%, silver's going to rise 20%. Right? And it also goes the other way around. If gold's going to drop 10%, silver's going to drop 20%. So it is riskier, but it's also more rewarding. There's more opportunity here, and it's cheaper and more affordable. So that's likely going to happen again this time, which silver outperforms gold, and the main driver will be investment demand. So quick thing, you see how this guy is sharing data, sharing historical patterns, sharing the charts, sharing real information. I found this article. This is the worst article I've read in a long time. It's from Financial Express, so they have nothing to do with precious metals. But this guy is talking about why gold's prospects are brighter than that of silver. He calls silver's volatility a bad thing. He goes into so many things. Gold's a better diversifier, less volatile. Gold's more liquid. It's the craziest thing I've read in a while. And I'm going to make a whole separate video just basically deeming why all of that is wrong. I mean, opinions are opinions, but when you're blatantly leaving out a lot of context, that's where it's misleading to an audience. So it's just funny to see this guy where he's showing actual actual statistics, actual events, real numbers, and then you see another article where he's like, oh, gold's just better, buy gold. Silver, it's just crazy. So anyways, and I try to look at it from a very unbiased perspective, right? Because I am, my name is Silver Slayer. It's not Gold Slayer. I do love silver. I think silver has more potential, but I still do have to look at the side of gold. I have to look at the market of gold. I have to compare which is the better investment. And I even said in my last video yesterday, I'm going to be focusing more on gold next year. I'm going to start investing more into gold, start balancing my stack. So anyways, according to the Silver Institute's annual World Silver Survey, and this is actually a very controversial report they did this year, because they didn't include silverware, jewelry, stuff like that. They left that out, and they've never done that, so the numbers are a little wonky this year. So silver investment demand was up 12% in 2019 over the previous year. The Institute recently reported that in the first half of 2020, investors hoarded 10% more silver than in H1 2019, mostly through buying silver-backed exchange-traded products, ETPs. As a result, ETPs have been setting successive record highs levels since the holdings this year. And a lot of people are getting into ETPs, ETFs, exchange-traded funds, exchange-traded products. It's the digital. It's kind of like investing into the stock market of precious metal. That's literally what it is. But I don't see as much potential. I don't see as the same safety net. It's kind of missing the whole point of investing into gold and silver, right? It's kind of contradicting. See, when you invest into precious metals, you're investing into the physical bullion because you are in complete control of your wealth, right? If you cannot hold it, you don't own it. We finally are in complete control of our wealth, and nobody can take that from us. There's no middleman, there's no bank, there's no, we are in complete control. So when you invest into ETFs, and you don't actually have the physical silver, but they say that it's somewhere else, and it's just not the same. And especially, what if an emergency situation comes up? It's just not the same. So what's more, it's estimated that just 6% of all above ground silver is an investment form like coins and bars. The rest is almost evenly split between industrial uses and jewelry decorative uses. And that's crazy to think about, that only 6% is in the form of coins and bars. Gold is a huge percent of coins and bars. Gold is mostly used for jewelry, necklaces, earrings, rings, right? So a lot of gold is re-scrapped, remetal, recycled, reused. But silver isn't. Because even the 6% that is in coins and bars and jewelry, a lot of that isn't recycled because silver's not profitable to recycle. Nobody's going through their jewelry drawer about to scrap a necklace to get like $2.50 for it. No, they're looking for gold where they can actually make some decent money. Same when it comes to scrapping out of laptops, cell phones. You can scrap gold and silver out of all of these devices, but nobody's scrapping silver because they wouldn't make any money from it. It's a waste of time. Gold isn't, though. So a lot of silver is lost in technology. A lot of gold is remelted. So even when you get silver production versus gold production coming out of the ground at a ratio around 8-to-1. It's actually much smaller than that, because most of the gold that's getting dug out of the ground is also getting recirculated where silver isn't. So, and this is the crazy part about it. So, not only that, there's a silver shortage, right? The miners aren't focusing on silver because it's not profitable. The same reason why people aren't scrapping it. So silver supply is finally falling, and this is the first year we actually see numbers deeming that a real fact, right? It's not a myth, it's real. But the demand is ever rising, especially with 5G, electric vehicles, solar panels, the natural price of it rising, attracting investors like you and I. So it's only going to get more complicated when there's less silver but more people wanting it. So challenged silver supply. Besides rapidly growing investment demand, one of the biggest drivers of high silver is going to be limited new supply, right? What I was just saying. 28.7% of new supply comes from primary silver mines. 71% of newly mined silver is only produced as a byproduct of other metals like gold, copper, lead, zinc. And that word byproduct means by accident. They're not looking for silver, but if they find some silver on the side, they'll take it. They're looking for gold, lead, zinc, copper. There's no primary silver mines. They find it by accident. That's crazy. So, and you can see right here the chart, right? Gold 15%, lead zinc 32%, primary silver is 28. So, it kind of, the article kind of gets into the charts, and I'm gonna summarize a lot of this because I know, especially for new investors, it can be a foreign language, right? So in a recent Kitco article or news interview, Tucker, director of Metalla Royalty and AMP Streaming, said silver's got some catching up to do. One of the things about silver that people need to understand is that the supply of silver is not elastic. And what that means is if the price goes higher, the mines can't just turn it on. Only about a quarter of the supply comes from actual direct silver mining. The rest of it comes from byproducts and recycling. And that's so true, right? If demand ramps up, it's not like miners are just going to go out and dig more silver. They have to find it basically by accidental and recycling. But nobody's scrapping silver. I made a video about this yesterday. Nobody's scrapping silver because, like I said earlier, it's not profitable. So even once silver price soars, mines that produce silver cannot just ramp up silver production. And silver is often a small portion of their revenue, so there's little incentive to produce more. See what I'm saying? So now they go into, the triangle patterns, all this stuff. It's basically just a whole bunch of gibberish saying that the price looks like it's going to stay continuing to rise for the end of the year, and 2021 could look even better. Now, obviously, these charts cannot be too accurate because a huge part of what pushes silver's price higher or lower is what's happening in the economy. The results, whoever wins the 2020 presidential election, that's going to affect silver's price heavily, right? The rate or the speed that we find a cure for the global pandemic, that's going to affect silver's price, right? There's so many different factors that are going to affect silver price. So anytime you listen to a price forecast or price prediction, you have to look at it very lightheartedly. You can't take it too literal, because like last year, anyone who did a silver production last year or a silver price forecast was way off because nobody could have predicted there would be a global pandemic this year. So all those numbers are way off because we don't have a crystal ball to go into the future, right? The unknown variables are just as important as the known variables. We have to apply that as well. Right, so anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash that like button. I also got something to share with you guys and gals. This is my merch. If you want to look fashionable, expressing your love for gold and silver, look no further. This is my merch. We have a lot of different types of stuff. It's very interesting that we can express our love for gold and silver through merchandise, and it's going to spark a lot of interesting topics. People might look, what does that mean, right? What does got silver mean? What is AG47 on the back of that mean, right? There's a lot of different cool things, and I think it's also it's very I guess it's very bold, and I mean that by who's wearing a shirt with a $100 bill on the front and then it says fake on the back? People would be extremely curious to what does that mean? And then you can dive into the discussion and spread awareness to the real value of the dollar, right? I think it's awesome to do that. So anyways, and it's affordable stuff. So anyways, if you did enjoy this video, please like the video. Subscribe if you're new. I post daily videos every single day, giving you the newest, latest, freshest information in the world of precious metals. I am your guy. This is your channel. Doing my work. I have another video I'll be posting. It's going to be a crazy one. Stay tuned for this one. This is where Slayer goes into his, Slayer mode. But anyways, look forward to that later today as well. It's going to be a fun one to do. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.